Hi, welcome back. Okay, so this is week 3, lesson number 2 for you. All right. The first lesson this week, I told you we were doing an ocean theme this week, and I read you that book called Commotion in the Ocean. And one of the challenges I gave you was to pick your favorite animal in the ocean and write a poem about it. So did anybody do that? If you did, I would love for you to share your poem with me on my Google Classroom page, or you can just email it to me if you wanted. All right. Now, before we get to some of the ocean stuff, I do want to bring back one song we did from last week. Do you remember the song that we did with the rock, paper, scissors last week? Say. Do you remember what language it's in? If you said Japanese, good job. I'm proud of you. Let's do that song one time. Here we go. Se, no yoi, Ochalaka, hoi. Ochalaka, hoi. I picked scissors. Did you beat me or did I beat you? All right, so let's see if you remember this from last week. What are we tapping our fists to in that song? It starts with the letter B. It's that pulse in music that doesn't change, like your heartbeat or like the clock ticking. If you said beat, bravo, you remembered that from last week. That's fantastic. I'm proud of you. All right, so let's move on to our ocean stuff today. Let's go ahead and sing Down to the Ocean. Oh, let me take my lanyard off here. We don't need that. Let's sing Down to the Ocean. See if you can step with it and do the pat, clap with it. Here we go. Oh, let's all go down to the ocean, down to the ocean, down to the ocean. Oh, let's all go down to the ocean, down to the deep blue sea. How'd you do? Hopefully you did just fine, okay? Okay, now let's go back to that book that we read in the first lesson this week, Commotion in the Ocean. Do you remember what we said every time we turned the page? We said, ocean, ocean, commotion in the ocean. Try it with me. Here we go. Ocean, ocean, commotion in the ocean. And if you remember, I got out the rhythms that we were patting and saying there. Ocean, ocean, commotion in the ocean. Try it with me. Here we go. Ocean, ocean, commotion in the ocean. And if we read this with tas and tees, how do we do that? Think about that for a second. Let's try it together. Here we go. Ta, 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 ti, 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 ta, ta. All right, I'm going to bump up the difficulty level here. We're going to now read it we're going to count it like real life grown-up musicians, okay? What number do we always start with? 1, of course. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Did you add the ands with our eighth notes here? I hope so. Let's try it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, now I'm going to see who was really paying attention to the last lesson. What did I say these black lines were? You said measure lines or bar lines. You are correct. Good job. Now, what does that tell us to do? That tells us when we're counting that we need to start back over with 1 after it, okay? It's kind of like the reset button. Boop, back over to 1. Good job, guys. Well, we had some other rhythms in our book. Do you remember some of those animals that we had in our book? What animals did we have in the ocean? Can you think of one? I know. I'll tell you one of my favorite ocean animals. I love whales. I absolutely love whales, and sharks are pretty cool too. And those were both in our book. What I want to do is all those animals, their names actually make up rhythms. So think about this. Like one of our ones was jellyfish. So if we clapped out the word jellyfish when we said it, it would be jellyfish, right? Jellyfish. Let's try dolphin. Here we go. Dolphin. How many claps did we have? Dolphin. Two claps. Let's do shark. Shark. Well, that was an easy one, wasn't it? Just one. Shark. How about swordfish? Swordfish. How many claps? We had 2 claps. Swordfish. Ooh, what about, I love the barnacles poem. Barnacles, those are those little things that stick to the whales. Barnacles. Let's clap with that. Here we go. Barnacles. How many claps? Barnacles. If you said 3, good job. So I've written out some of the rhythms for these. Here's one rhythm here. Ti, ti, ta, right? Or if you counted it, 1 and 2, right? Here's another one. Oh, those are just 2 quarter notes. Ta, ta. If you count it, it's 1, 2. All right, so I'm gonna take one of my animals and you tell me if you think it's the yellow one or the green rhythm that goes with it. Dolphins. Dolphins. Is it this one? Dolphins. Or is it this one? Dolphins. If you said green, good job. That's exactly right. All right, let's try another one. Let's try polar bears. Here we go. Think about it. Polar bears. Is it the yellow one? Polar bears. Or is it the green one? Polar bears. Try again. Polar bears. Or polar bears. Which rhythm do you think polar bears is? It's this one. This one. Polar bears. If you're having a hard time with this, don't feel bad. Sometimes it's hard to get it the first time that we do it, okay? It just takes a little bit of practice, and then one day it just clicks, okay? Oh, let's try a couple more. Let's try, I'm gonna get a new card for you. Pretty easy one, I think, okay? So this is just a quarter note, ta, or if you were counting it, you would just go 1. It's like so easy, it's hard, right? 1, that's it. All right, so our word is shark. So is shark the yellow rhythm or the red rhythm? Shark. Or is it shark? If you picked the red, great job. That's exactly right. You're doing a really wonderful job. Okay, great job, guys. All right, we're gonna keep going with our ocean theme here. And, oh, before I do that, can you make your name into a rhythm? Let me show you. My name is Mrs. Heyman, right? So if I clapped with my name, it would sound and look something like this. Mrs. Heyman. How many claps was that? Let's see. I'll do it again. You count. Here I go. Mrs. Heyman. How many claps? 4. There were 4 claps. So if I were to make that into a rhythm, guess what I would turn that into? I would turn that into TTs. T, 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 T. Mrs. Heyman. T, 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 T. How would I count that though? How do you count TTs? You have to say the number and add the word and with it. So if I were to count it, I would go 1 and 2 and. Mrs. Heyman. T, 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 T. 1 and 2 and. Now, if this is a little hard for you, that's okay. This is the first time you're giving it a try. It takes lots of practice. And just like with the other rhythms with the animals, sometimes one day it's just gonna click for you. So here is one of my challenges for you this week is I want you to take your name and I want you to try and figure out the rhythm for it. Like my daughter's name is Kate. So she would just go, Kate. That's it. Kate. So if you have a 1-syllable name, easy peasy. Kate, 1, ta, that's it. So good luck with that. I think you'll do a great job. Okay, so I have a couple of videos for you to click on my Bitmoji Classroom page. The first one I want you to click on, it looks like a fish aquarium. You click on it and it's going to take you to a YouTube video that has a piece of music that's called The Aquarium. And it was written by this guy named Camille Sanson. And it's supposed to make you feel like you are in the ocean, under the water, watching all of the animals swim by. So please listen to that. It's pretty short. See if you feel like one of the animals in the ocean. In fact, you could get up and pretend you're one of your favorite animals. Maybe you're a shark. and you can swim around the ocean during the aquarium piece, okay? The other one I want you to check out, it's a video that has somebody playing a conch shell. I don't know if you've ever heard of a conch shell, but it's a shell, a big shell that you find in the ocean, and they cut off a little bit of an end to it so you can blow into it, and you can use it like a horn. So someone is going to be playing that for you. There's lots and lots of instruments out there that are actually made from nature, things around us. And here's a couple that I have in my classroom. This one is a gourd that was just growing on a vine, cut off. They let it dry in the sun, and they filled it, the inside of it, with little pebbles, trying to make it like a rain stick, okay? But this really was a plant that was once growing outside. Here's another one. This one is called the shekere, and it was also made from a gourd, and then it was set outside to dry. And then what you see around here, these tiny little things, I don't know if you can see them, but these are little, like little beads on here, little seeds. And what you do, this is a shekere, and what you do is you just spray it like that. So these are the first instruments that were created from things around us, like plants, stuff like that, to make our instruments. All right. So I want you to check out that video on the conch shell. You can get that video. You'll see a little shell in my Bitmoji classroom. Go ahead and click on that. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out at the ocean with me this week. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.